Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of the Silly Saturday Show. I apologize for the delay in taping, but I have been extremely busy. So I thought, well, I got some time today to tape. Before I begin, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribing literally costs you nothing. It's definitely in the description section. Um, you can support me on Patreon. The link is in the description section. And as always, you can visit my webpage at www.TRACYMediaLLC.com. So, with this being the Silly Saturday show, I thought I was going to talk about a few things. And I said on another podcast that I just did that I had an announcement, but I think I'm going to delay that because I want to talk about the Good Times trailer. Um, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, and I can't show it because YouTube will make this non-monetized. Not that anybody watches my channel enough to monetize it, but I'm not going to show the clip or the trailer. I'm just going to link it in the description section, just so you know it. I don't have words for this. I mean, I sat there and I watched it several times because I guess I can't believe that this was so disrespectful. And if you don't remember, for those of you that don't remember or don't aren't aware, Good Times, the original show, was a show. It was a spinoff of Mod, which is a spinoff of All in the Family. But anyway, um, the show followed Florida Evans, her husband James, their children Michael, Thelma, and James Jr. or JJ, next door neighbor Winona. It had actors like Jimmy Walker, John Amos, Bernadette Stanis, what is Michael's Ralph Carter. Esther Rolle was in it. She played Florida. Um, and it was one of the first times that we saw a black lower class slash middle class family on television. They talked about social issues, um, definitely racism, definitely high unemployment. Sometimes the show was a little stereotypical, especially JJ Dynamite annoying, but overall, it's one of the classics. To me, it's a tier one sitcom, especially the first 3 years. And then, of course, James died because on the show, well, John Amos left the show or was fired from the show because he criticized the the stereotyping of JJ. So he was fired, and then Esther Rolle was fired, but she came back. And the show has really, I mean, thanks to syndication, a lot of people have seen the show. For some reason, this reboot, let's mess up a show by rebooting it. Um, Face has finally caught up to Good Times, except for this time, it's an animated series. And this is where it's going to kind of get creepy. So I thought when you did a reboot, you would have like some of the original characters, or at least you would have some of the original characters or like their children, like in live action, like played by people and not cartoons. And they would say, um, Thelma, my mother, she's here and she make a guest star appearance or what have you. No, they decided to do this in animation. And the story is about, I don't even know the characters' names, but the male protagonist refers to James Evans as his grandfather. So I'm going to assume that he's either the son of Michael or JJ, because it can be Thelma. She married oh, what was his name? Keith whatchamacallit Anderson. So she married Keith Anderson, so it can't be Thelma's son. So it's got to be the son of JJ or Michael. So, if you remember the last episode of Good Times, they left the ghetto. Keith got signed to the Chicago Bears, and he bought a townhouse. And Thelma invited Florida to move in because she was expecting a child. Um, and then Winona bought the apartment next door, so the family moved out of the ghetto. Well, in the cartoon version, they're back there. I don't know what the purpose of putting them back there was. If they were going to do an animated series, what they could have did was say, okay, we're going to see how this family has fared in an upper class type of situation, like a fish out of water, kind of like a Beverly Hillbillies, but not quite as overt. And they could have really said, let's put them in this situation where they're meeting, especially Thelma. They could have put her in a position of, being a football wife. Um, now Keith's a coach or what have you. But no, they put them right back in the ghetto. And I'm not saying that if you saying bad things about ghetto, but they left, right? They left the public housing, they moved to a fancy townhouse. So why put them back in that same place? And who drew this? Who sat there and said, you know what? This is going to work. The apartment looks like cardboard with yellow tape on it. I don't know who thought that that was a good idea. Oh, yes, I do. Stephen Curry, who's a basketball player, Norman Lear, who's since passed, and Seth MacFarlane. Now I can see getting Norman Lear. Well, no, because he actually didn't create the show. The show was created by the first line on the Jeffersons and Monty, not Monty Hall. I know his first name is Monty, but I can't think of his last name. So maybe because Norman Lear was an executive producer, okay, maybe they wanted to sign him up, but Seth MacFarlane, um, I don't know whether he likes black people or not, but these characters are the most stereotypical characters I have ever seen. And I thought I had seen stereotypical characters with like homeboys in outer space. This beats it. First of all, the baby Evans, is a drug dealer. Yeah, I did not lie about that. The baby, a baby that's still breastfeeding, is a drug dealer. And they shoot like other babies plan to kill the baby Evans, and they shoot bullets at him. First of all, okay, even if a show is fiction, it has to have some realm of realism. Babies shooting guns and baby drug dealers, I'm gonna have a problem with. Um, they have no similarity. Like, why would you? I mean, if your grandfather is James Evans, he didn't play any games. He wasn't having his child in a game. He was, present in the lives of his children. The father, which I don't even know what his name is all like the daughter says, like, guess what happened to school today? And the JJ type of son says, um, no, she says, you're so dumb when you look at orange juice, you just stare at it. And then he says, it says concentrate, duh. Oh my gosh. It's like, do the producers of this show want people to think that black people are stupid? Like, what's the point of this? Why would you like? Okay, maybe I'm having a problem with the fact that it's a cartoon. No, I have a problem with the drug dealing baby. I have a problem with the drug dealing baby. I have a problem with the drug dealing baby. This is highly stereotypical. The animation looked horrible. You'll see it because it's in the description section. It's as though they want to say, hey, if you think something positive of black people, wait until you see this. I mean, it goes it goes beyond Amos and Andy racist. I would equal this to blackface. I would make this trailer equal to blackface. I haven't seen. I mean, I'm just sitting here like, who? And then the voices that they have like Wanda Sykes. Um, wait a minute, let me see who they have because they have some people. I mean, I'm just like, let me see who's involved because I know Wanda Sykes is in there, and I'm like, girl, I used to have respect for you. I don't understand this. Um, let me go with Good Times cartoon. Okay, so let's see who's in the cast. And how did they talk Stephen Curry into this? Sure, Stephen or Stephen, whichever one. You're black, but you should executive produce this show because it talks about the black experience. Maybe he didn't live the black experience. You know, his father was an NBA player. Maybe, maybe he just didn't live the black experience and doesn't have any like any type of residence on it. But oh my gosh. Um, Okay, so it's got Yvette Nicole Brown, J.B. Smooth, Marcia Martin, that was the girl on Blackish, Wanda Sykes. Oh my gosh. Who? And this mess comes out April the 12th. So I'm not sure. Add a plot. Add a plot to what? I'm trying to see who all else is in here. Jay Farrell. Slink Johnson is it? Oh no, Slink. No, Slink. Slink isn't. Oh no, Slink. Slink, you're so funny. You didn't have to do this. You could have stuck this. No, not Slink. Oh, they done got Slink in this mess. Look at all the fact. Yeah, I'm putting this imbddb.com in here too. This is so ridiculous. I mean, they're just sitting here like they could have, if you were going to do a reboot, and again, I'm against reboots because they're all terrible. Maybe the Frasier reboot and maybe the Night Court reboot, but this drug dealing baby, I don't understand the point of it. It was like, um, and then the way they describe it is a bunch of mess. The Evans family must manage the challenges of contemporary life, like social issues. Well, what social issues? Are they talking about driving while black? Um I don't understand. I don't understand. I did it and I forgot that Seth MacFarlane was the one that did Cleveland show and the guy who voiced Cleveland wasn't black, but hey, I'm just here. I'm just pointing out stuff. I don't understand this. I'm gonna go because I'm in such a bad mood. I'm gonna actually go back and read you the original show, and let's just see how close they are to it. So we're gonna go to Good Times, the original show. Um, let's read this. Florida and James Evans struggle to raise their kids. Irrepressible artist JJ, voice of reason Thelma, and politically active Michael in a Chicago housing project. They have help from the wisecracking neighbors, buffoonish building superintendents, and friends. Um, and I forgot Janet Jackson was on the original cast. Yo, I don't know anymore. I don't. I'll say this again. It's like Seth MacFarlane and Steve Stephen Curry got together and said, "Hey, whatever positive you thought about the original series, we're just gonna destroy that. We're gonna destroy that. Just take it, rubbish it. Watch the original Good Times right up until season 3. Because really, 4, 5, and 6 without James, no. But watch the first 3 seasons. Go back and watch the good series. Don't watch this Netflix mess. Shame on you, Netflix, for doing this to us. We didn't deserve this mess. This right here is a bunch of mess. You ought to be ashamed for your obvious racism. Yes, I use racism. This this elevates. That's the word I want to use. Elevates black stereotypes. We're violent. Our babies sell drugs. Drug selling baby who gets shot at by other babies that sell drugs. A season's already shot of this. I don't have Netflix. Thank you. I don't have Netflix. Cause this right here, this ain't it. Y'all could have came up with a whole bunch. You could have got that British show, The Fosters. Because there was a British version of Good Times, the original series, called The Fosters. That's better than this. Like, what we doing? And Netflix, here's another word. Here, stay away from the Jeffersons. Stay away from Sanford and Son. That's all up my warning. You stay away from those 2 shows. You don't. Thank goodness I have the original episodes of Good Times, the series, to go back to. I don't plan on watching this mess. I'm not going to tell you whether or not to watch it. If you do, please tell me the first episode because I'm not watching this. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm sharing the trailer so you can see it and I don't get hit for violating YouTube's never share anything policy. But is you crazy? Are you crazy to think, yep, black people will watch this? They sure will. They love to see babies sell drugs. A baby that sells drugs. A young man that says the orange juice says concentrate. That's why I look at it. Duh. The father openly says that he wished he had used a condom instead of. You don't say that to your children. You don't. Oh, why? It's like they just said, hey, black experience, we don't care diddly squat about you. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. We not gonna care about you. We just no, this ain't it. This ain't it. No, ain't it, ain't gonna be it. No, 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 no. That's all I have. I don't have any more because I can't with this mess. I cannot with this mess. Leave the black experience alone. If you're not familiar with it, it's okay. Learn about it and do better, Netflix. Do better, Seth MacFarlane. Do better, Stephen Kerr, whichever one your name is. I don't know. Do better. Thank you all for watching. Again, this has been another episode of the Silly Saturday Show. I cannot tell you when the next episode will come on, but I'm hoping it's within the next couple of weeks. Remember to subscribe to this page. Please comment on this video. Be sure to support me on Patreon. Let me know what you think of the trailer. Thank you and have a fantastic day.